comes down to this. Back 10 holes of the final round of Disc Golf Manitoba Provincials. This coverage is brought to you in part by the patrons of Parked Pro. We really appreciate all of our patrons, and in exchange, we do a bunch of giveaways on our social media. Check out our Instagram, follow Parked Pro, and you can win some discs, you can win some cool swag, and all of our patrons are automatically entered to win.
Nice.
So if you need another reason to support us on Patreon, that is one of them. We are finishing off at the Quarry here, Stony Mountain Disc Golf Course, just north of Winnipeg, Manitoba, maybe half hour north of Winnipeg. And we have seen some crazy holes, and we're going to see some more crazy holes here.
Yeah.
After 10 holes, Brian Fries is in the lead.
Yep. Course is being super challenging. Lots over par, very few under par. It's wild. Pretty cool, but it's been a neat ride to watch for sure to see somehow these guys are tackling the course.
And we are just getting into the treed section of this course now.
There's trees?
Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
There's lots of trees.
Is the probably a lot less distance then, I'm guessing?
There's some shorter holes with some more trees on them.
Okay.
This course is punishing.
Yeah.
Hole 11, par 4, 554 feet. Your first shot is between the road on the left, which is OB, and the forest on the right, which is gnarly.
Yeah, I take it back. I think this hole should be called the Big Green Wall.
This one is the green monster, yeah.
Yeah, the Big Green Monster.
Once you get to that last set of power lines that are right in front of you, the hole cuts into the right, and there is a very well protected basket with not a lot of ways to get into the green here. And there's trees 15 feet away.
Oh, that's so cool.
So your approach shot is extremely challenging and technical, and you can't go too long into the forest or else you don't have a putt. So get your controllable driver out into a flat spot on the fairway, and usually it's going to be, for the right-handers, it's going to be a forehand approach into the basket.
And for these guys today, it's just staying right in the middle.
Easier said than done out here on a day like this.
Yeah.
Because
look at
stuff
that
like
lift.
that happens.
Wow.
That one never really had a chance.
No. Backhanders, you're gonna be fighting with the guys on the green. Yeah, you're fighting with the forest the whole way, and that's gonna be a safe shot.
Yeah, a lot of these guys are gonna want to do exactly what Xavier's doing.
Great.
Beautiful shot back, Xavier. Get it out to the right, miss the trees, come back, get down. Count your lucky blessings.
Yeah.
I like the forehand play from Austin.
Yeah. Yeah. I think even I'd play forehand on this hole. That was a great shot.
Beautiful forehand.
Yeah. I can see why the folks in Manitoba have to be very multi-talented in all different areas.
Yeah, between this course and Lab Park, a lot of good variety of shots.
Yeah. OB, you're going to a drop zone?
Point of entry on this one.
Point of entry on this one?
So they're going to grab a spot for Brian on the side of the road there.
Okay.
He's going to have to get up and down for par.
Looks like he almost went pin high, or at the beginning of that entrance. So he will likely have a good entrance into it.
Didn't quite make it that far.
I think Xavier
pushes it just a little too long.
Yeah. Nice looking line otherwise, though.
Austin can capitalize on this great drive.
Fight.
He found the window, but the tree said no thank you.
Yeah.
Could have probably deserved a slightly better fate than that. But he's still going to have a pretty manageable putt there.
Oh, yeah. It kind of looks like if you go further into the forest, it kind of looks like there's room for a secondary basket.
Wow.
Back there. Brian, quit doing those things. Quit doing those things from back there.
If he'd birdied that one, we would have had to check him for PEDs, I think.
That's a safe play by Marshall. Looked like he had a couple of trees waving in his face right in front of him.
Certainly. With the basket on the mound, a layup is never a bad option.
Yeah, see, check behind it. Doesn't it look like that could be potentially opened up for a longer pin position, like further back?
Well, I think that's the next hole.
Oh, okay. I gotcha. This course always keeps me guessing. Great putt from Austin.
That is a fantastic birdie. He's making those strokes back up
Yeah. Slowly but surely. Actually, not even slowly.
pretty quickly.
Yeah, it was very, very quickly. Xavier.
Got 2 of the
nice
last 3.
putt.
Beautiful putt from Xavier. That is a very good par save.
Yeah, from back there. Almost a birdie. And then Marshall tapping out. Oh, yeah, there they are walking to the next hole.
We've all been there, X. We've
Yeah.
all been there.
Yep, that was a good checkup.
Do I have to putt this thing? Hole 12.
Oh, boy.
This is what I'm talking about. More tight tunnels. Only 249 feet, but there's really not a lot of space here. You got to keep it low. You got to keep it straight. You got to have something that skips forward a little bit. It's pretty tough to get all the distance in the air. So you're going to see a lot of people landing kind of in the middle of the screen here, trying to skip up to the basket.
Yeah,
Very, very technical shot. Feels great if you can get it. Forehand that bails out to the right is not a terrible play.
Wow.
Backhand, you really don't want to be skipping too far to the left or else you have no shot at the basket. So if you're going backhand, something that goes straight and stays straight.
Lots of guardian trees. Like you think you get out of the initial gap, and then all of a sudden you've got at least, 3 lines of defense as you're approaching the green. And this is only
there's an entire
249 feet.
Cleveland baseball team of guardians out there.
And you've got a tree in your face as you're throwing? What is going on with this course? This course is crazy.
Some Lord of the Rings stuff out here.
Yeah, this is awesome. Huh.
Ryan going with the forehand.
You almost have to air bounce it, hey, to get it nice and low between those trees and then get it to bounce up and around.
Getting the distance in the air is the challenge for sure.
Ooh.
That one slips out of his hand a little bit too early.
Yeah.
Something like a Thunderbirdie type of disc, like a stable to slightly overstable. And hey, thanks for your help, Sonny.
Great
Sonny
job,
was
Sonny.
out there following our lead card, and he was extremely helpful on more than one occasion. Awesome dude.
Nice.
Glad I got to meet him.
Disc golfer or just a guy walking around the course?
Disc golfer.
Nice.
Yeah.
Ah, nice guy. Thanks, Sonny.
Yeah. There's so many trees on this hole that we couldn't even film it without the assistance of... Oh, no.
Oh, boy.
Did I mention this course is hard, Jeremy?
Yeah.
We're getting negative distance. He's going to get most of the way there.
And then sails into the trees. Hopefully he's got a shot up from there.
He's going to have some awkward footing.
Marshall hoping to. He's got a bit of a window, at least the first window. And then it's the other one he's got to worry about. Looks like a bit of a cut roll. Hopefully
Yeah, he
that
caught a
stopped.
pocket of wind there and it just slammed the disc down.
Austin, where are you going to navigate? Oh, yeah. Okay.
Very good. That should be a makeable par putt.
I still
for
can't
us.
believe this is 249 feet.
We've seen a lot of throws for a 249-foot hole.
Yeah. What are the stats on this hole? Oh, nice try by Marshall.
Just one would be nice.
Birdie putt for Brian.
Jeez, Brian.
That's my buddy.
Wow.
That is a statement
Brian.
hole for Brian Freese right there.
And the patented look into the camera.
Rough putt for Xavier.
Yeah.
Yeah, this hole averaged about a half a stroke, 0.6 of a stroke over par
That's ridiculous.
for a 249-foot hole.
Yeah.
That's pretty gnarly.
That is ridiculous. And not a lot of birdies. Nope. Not a lot of birdies. I'm curious how many of them were sort of fighting pars as well.
I think probably a lot of them.
Yeah.
Marshall's smiling and laughing at least. Good to see.
Yeah.
After you smoke first available,
Yeah.
sort of anything goes on the rest of the hole.
Yeah.
Walk away with a double. Not ideal, but hey, it's not a triple.
Exactly. Gotta look on the bright side. Hole 13, another short hole, 215. And what? It looks like you're going.
215 is
there even
pretty,
a hole in there?
pretty misleading on this hole.
Okay.
I'm not sure if that's exactly accurate, but you're throwing into a forest that turns into an uphill throw through some more trees. This is another crazy hole out here at Stony Mountain.
Oh, wow.
I think there's a line to the basket.
Did they put that? Did they fall that tree just to prevent the roller from going up?
Pretty sure, yeah.
Why? Oh, you guys are jerks. Oh man.
Normally I like to say what kind of shot is ideal for the hole. You know what? I played this hole. I watched a round of the best professionals in Manitoba playing this hole. I couldn't tell you what the play is on this one.
Big question mark.
Get a forehand into the gap at the very least.
Yeah.
Get it through the double Mando here, and then hope that you have a good upshot from there. Basically what Brian Freese just did there.
Yeah.
That's really good. He might even be a little bit long of where you want to be for the upshot on this one. If you really want to get crazy and throw it high and try and get to maybe halfway up the hill, I guess there's a gap there.
I was wondering if the forehand spike hyzer was a line. Maybe not with the wind out here today, but
I would say almost more of a thumber or a tomahawk, and hope that your card mates don't call you out on the Mando.
oh, there's a there's a Mando in there too.
You got to go up the gap.
Oh, right, the gap. Oh,
So you can kind of see above the gap, there's some openings in the trees there. So if you really wanted to get adventurous, you could throw a thumber.
oh,
That was looking really good until it hit that tree.
well designed Manitoba. That is. I think this is one of the most challenging holes I've ever seen and not played. So well done. I like this roller play. Did that fight its way up the top?
It's going to be on the edge of the fairway. Not bad, though.
Okay.
It's the Marshall Mandos. Marshall helped put together a lot of this tournament. I think he was going to be TDing it before he decided, you know what? I'm a former Manitoba Provincial Champion. I want to play in this thing.
Yeah.
So.
And in my absence, I want my pictures on these trees. That's a nice up from there.
I think maybe it's because he owns this hole. That was a great shot.
Maybe that's what's going on. I feel like the tree right in front of Austin has been hit a few times.
It's been completely completely stripped of its bark there.
That's
Really good patent pending from Austin.
That looked really good.
After a great drive from Xavier.
You've got this little tight gap.
Oh, it's a huge window. What are you talking about?
Boy, he made that, yeah.
He's rewarded with an easy upshot. Brian's caddy reminding him, hey, you're a big, strong guy. You can get this all the way to the basket from here. Easily the best drive of the group here, and he's not left with much to look at for this approach.
What is he doing with this one?
Just take it around the outside.
Oh, and there's a hill on the other side of the basket.
It does fall off behind the basket a little bit.
That's amazing.
Looking at a hill behind the basket here, Austin, full confidence, puts it up in the air.
Nice bid.
Always good to see somebody hitting band on a death putt.
Yeah.
Means they wanted it.
And there's probably still wind ripping through this hole too.
There's going to be pockets of wind. That was so close.
Marshall to keep his pictures on the tree. Oh no.
That's rough. For a guy that's having a rough putting round,
Yep.
you want that basket to catch that putt.
Yep. Hopefully that didn't roll away too far. Xavier.
It feels like a birdie.
Mm-hmm.
It is actually a par.
Honestly, on this hole, even a bogey kind of probably feels like a par.
Pars are basically birdies on this hole.
Again, this is now on my list of courses I want to play.
Averaged 4.26 So par is getting you 1 1/4 strokes on the field, which is why we're seeing the Dominic birdie celebration. That was one of 3 pars on the day. Eric Giesbrecht and Jonathan Vandenberg, the other 2. What a wild hole.
I'm surprised that one had 3 birdies. That's what's amazing. So good for you guys.
3 pars.
3 pars, sorry. Yeah, 3 pars.
They feel like birdies.
Yeah, never mind.
Brian Fries has stretched out his lead. Austin Boga has made his way to second place here. Marshall 1 stroke behind him. It's going to take some rough strokes by Brian out there and some big plays by either Austin or Marshall or both of them to get this one going. But on a course like this, you really never know what's going to happen. Hole 14, throwing up a hill through a tunnel, only 165 feet, but it is technical as you like. Small green. It's really the name of the game on these treed holes out here.
I like the look of this one as well too.
This is a very fun hole to throw.
Looks like a little bit of a turnover, or maybe even just if you can do a flip up forehand.
Yeah, or a putter. Flips up a little bit, turns over a little bit.
Is there a sort of a over the top? There's no Mandos on this one either, is there?
No Mandos on this one. If you got a thumber, pretty handy on this one.
Yeah,
because you can get over trees like that one that Xavier just hit there.
Oh yeah, so there's quite a few options. I guess it's just if you're going to go for the big spikes, you're going to be fighting through trees the whole way in.
And you really got to know your distances. You got to be comfortable and familiar with this course.
Yeah, 165 feet. You don't see a lot of these shorter holes on championship, tournaments.
No,
but they've definitely earned their place here.
Definitely. It's really cool because you can see it through a window from the tee box there. It's just beautifully framed from where you're teeing from. All you got to do is throw the disc there.
Yeah. Looks like it drops off behind the basket again as well.
I think it's okay behind the basket.
Okay.
I'm telling you, I know, I get it. You're watching this. You say, I can make that shot. I've said it before. Get out to Winnipeg.
Yeah.
Go play Stony Mountain. Tell me how you did on this hole.
I bet you if they have a please leave a comment, like a comment card, this one would be the most written on, I think.
I don't know. I would have some words about the previous hole. And there's hole 19. Wait till we get to hole 19.
Oh, no. Boy, it does actually drop off.
You're right. It does drop off a little
behind
bit.
the basket. Brian is giving it a nice bid. Yeah.
Good safe bid.
Boy, that drops off quite substantially behind it.
Yeah,
Marshall giving her
elevation
a
never
run.
really translates on video.
Yeah.
Even this one's pretty uphill for Xavier here.
Sit down. Yeah.
Through the long grass.
Nice putt.
Come on, Austin.
With a camera guy, what?
Uncomfortably
A
close.
foot and a half behind him. We're talking paparazzi here.
Tremendous par save.
Andres.
I'm really liking the mental fortitude of Austin Boga here.
Yeah. He's really keeping it together on the back 10.
Oftentimes, junior players, that's the one area where they tend to struggle, is the mental game. One bad hole can absolutely deflate a less experienced player out there. Mm-hmm. And Austin is really keeping things together out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's had a couple of rough holes, and he bounces back with pars and birdies every time.
Yeah. But it seems like a pretty good card too. So it's pretty sounds like they're keeping each other's spirits going. This is hole 15 looks awesome. 226 feet. Tunnel, you got to throw up over that little berm. Then it just keeps climbing. Low ceiling. Yeah. It's pretty neat.
Some gentle fade at the end here.
Yeah. Got to carve your shot out your shot out just perfectly.
Something neutral on a bit of a hyzer angle or something overstable.
Yeah.
It's going to finish to the left, but also not a huge window again. That's got to get a little bit lucky. Doesn't quite. Got to be a little bit more right than that to really hit the biggest part of the gap. There's some lucky gaps on the left there, but
Okay.
that looks a little bit better from Marshall. That looks way better.
That looks awesome.
That looks
Great job,
perfect.
Marshall. Yeah, I guess that did it okay.
That should play for him.
Okay, Austin. Let's see what you got on this hole. Oh boy.
Low. Does he get through
Oh,
all
man.
the branches?
Oh, what a shot.
Does.
Yeah.
He's going to be just inside the circle.
Yeah. You'd be happy with that. That looked like it faded off to the left.
A
I
good
guess-
shot here does look a little bit too left from the tee, just because it does bend fairly significantly over to the left there.
Yeah, okay.
Almost identical shot for Xavier there. Well played.
Oh, Brian almost canning it. Jeez. Oh, a little hug from his
We
caddy.
feel you. That was probably edge of circle 2. That had some hang time. Great run from Brian. Strong side of the basket too. Doesn't fall.
Xavier. Oh. Looked like he caught a few branches after.
Yeah, it sounded like he caught a branch or he had some bad footing and he was snapping some twigs or something like that. Probably not ideal. A little bit closer here for Austin.
Yes, Austin.
Beautiful birdie
Keep
for
this
Austin.
going. I like that tree too that's over top of the basket. One of those scary trees.
This is, I think of this as like a prehistoric place, you know?
Yeah.
Not just because there are actually rocks with fossils all around this quarry too.
Yeah.
Which is super cool. If you're a fossil hunter,
Yeah.
get out to Stony Mountain because there are fossils aplenty. As we miss Xavier tapping out off camera there. And
We got her. We got
shout
Vicky.
out to Vicky Young. She had to head right to the airport after this, so can't thank you enough for getting out there and helping us film Vicky. Follow Vicky, Studio Vicky on YouTube. Check out some of the VFX work that she's doing.
I like that reaction. Fist pumped out. Whoa, yeah.
I think he thought maybe there was an ace run there.
Yep.
Hole 16, we're still in the treat section. 162 feet. Feels like 400.
Yeah, no kidding.
Another very tight tunnel here. Precision, angle control. Something straight and stable, like a pretty stable putter is kind of a nice play on this one.
Mm-hmm.
There is a wacky forehand line way off to the left. I don't think anybody's going to be taking it,
Okay.
but there is a wacky forehand line.
Yeah. I'm kind of curious for the lefties because Matt, you and I are both right-handed throwers. How any left-handed throwers out there? How are you finding? How did you like this course? I'm very curious about that.
I think Manitoba cleansed Satan out of their left-handed players, and it's. I think there's still a law in place about not being left-handed.
Oh, I
so
see. Okay,
it
well,
didn't come up in this tournament.
if you're scared of getting found out, don't worry about leaving a comment. Just think about it.
Secret safe with us.
Yeah, don't worry.
I think there's, just judging by the amount of forehands we've seen so far, it looks like it's a pretty balanced forehand backhand course out there.
Yeah, it's the small gap tee shots are the ones that I'm kind of curious about. Like ones like this. This one looks like it's
I didn't like the backhand on this hole personally,
yeah,
but I'm kind of a comfort forehand guy, so
sure.
I don't, and you can see a bunch of disc marks on the tree right in front
Yeah.
of the tee pad, so
Yeah.
those are all backhands that slammed into the tree.
I do like how the trees frame up that little bit of an Anheuser approach.
Yeah, it's almost telling you what to throw on this
Hit
hole.
an early tree, forehand, Anheuser. If you're a right-handed player. Except if you're Xavier.
Long putt just didn't come out of his hand cleanly.
Yeah.
But you know what? Xavier's scramble rate is 99, so
I'd love to see that.
he should be able to get up and down from there.
Oh, yeah.
Big rainbow putt for Austin. Full confidence.
Yeah.
He is not giving up on this. He's only 7 back. But we've seen quadruple bogeys, we've seen double bogeys, we've seen triple bogeys out here.
I think he's got Brian right where he needs him.
There's no more dangerous lead than 7 strokes.
Oh, look at
Terrific
that.
putt from Marshall.
Marshall.
That'd be me.
Just
Good par
snuck
save.
that over the basket.
Ain't pretty.
It ain't pretty, he says. I don't know. I thought the putt was pretty at least.
Yeah, I thought so.
Big putt here coming back for Austin. Really well done. Still digging.
Yeah.
Still
Keeping it
digging.
together.
Brian's not going to give him one back on this hole. Everybody looks like they're cleaning up their pars here. Still tester distance for Xavier, though.
No
well
problem.
done.
Yep. Cool little tree section. I'm assuming we've got a few more in the trees.
There's a couple of more technical holes in the trees before we get back out. Great putt from Xavier. Also keeping it together after having a few tough holes out there.
Yeah. Just enjoying being on lead card.
Yeah. Hole 17 is a very fun par 4.
Oh, man,
this is one of my favorites out here in the treat section for sure. 452 feet, you're going downhill through a tunnel. You want to keep it middle of the fairway and push it as far back into this section of the fairway as you can see, essentially. There's a secondary fairway that's going to take you to the basket. So if you can get past most of these trees, you're going to have a shot to get up and down for a birdie. Backhand, flat, stable, overstable, mid, kind of a good play here. You don't want something that skips way to the right because it makes your approach shot almost impossible. And once you get into this spot, if you can get anywhere close to there, you might have a hyzer into the basket.
Oh, wow.
Very cool fairway shape.
Yeah.
Ultra challenging.
Even your approach, you have to be so specific.
This is 2 very technical shots in a row.
You see the landing zone on that secondary fairway or the second part of the fairway. You almost want to go long just to give you a wider open or a wide open view of the basket.
Mm-hmm. Marshall catches an early one. That was sort of the shape. You want to get it down, you want to get it flat, and you want to have the finish to the left. Boston gets lucky through these trees.
Okay.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Austin starting his charge.
I don't think you can do better than that.
No.
Yeah, Austin's feeling it now. Wow.
Oh, Brian.
Gets a kick to keep him, I mean, not quite on the fairway, but...
He's down there.
Yep.
We're going forehand.
That's a lot of faith. And it
boy.
bites him as he kicks into the roughest of rough over there.
That looks thick over there.
You have no idea, Jeremy.
I really have no idea.
Marshall just has a layup to the gap there.
Okay. Yeah, nice and smart.
That's where Austin got on his drive.
Wow.
So impressive. And the search party begins because this, like we mentioned, is kind of a newer course. And Xavier just has to go up into the sky here.
Oh, boy.
And he doesn't even have to move his mark because his disc didn't progress at all. He just picks it back up again, keeps his foot planted, throws it again. Rough. They have a good laugh about it afterward.
Yeah, no kidding. Probably couldn't even see the sun from back there.
No.
The trees look pretty thick.
I got caught up and he goes for the forehand roller, almost gets around the corner.
Yeah.
He should have a shot from there. I got caught up when I was in there with him. Radio wires and camera equipment. It's not cool, man.
Were you tossing your camera equipment out like that too?
I almost broke the microphone on the camera. It is so rough in there.
Wow.
So he did pretty well to get out of there in 2 strokes at least.
Yeah. Austin, looking a little on the inside, but that ended up better than I think he thought it did.
Very legit bid for the eagle there from Austin.
Yeah.
To have a putt for eagle on this hole is really something else. All right.
There's
see
a
if I
line.
can stop the bleeding here. He's got the touch.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a nice up. Brian, similar gap, I guess.
Even if you're at circle's edge, there's no freebies on this hole.
No. It's tough when these nice skinny trees. Oh, great putt by Marshall.
Awesome par for Marshall after hitting an early tree on the drive. He played it smart the rest of the way. He sort of divided the hole into manageable chunks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, these, as I was saying before, these skinnier trees, you end up with more of them on the fairway. Oh boy, does it ever increase the challenge?
Certainly. Gets away with a double there for Xavier. For where he was off of that drive.
Yeah.
Not too bad.
Yeah. 452 feet. Go figure. That's
Throw
incredible.
some trees in there.
Yeah, like lots of trees. Austin's.
Jesus drive. Wow.
That is amazing.
I don't know how he navigated that.
Wow.
What a shot. And we
Hey.
are back out of the trees.
But we're throwing over a lake.
We're throwing over a lake. We're back in the quarry, though. Par 4, hole 18, 555 feet. You want to blast something over the lake and land on some of that flat land that you can see there where the road is. That's kind of a quad trail. That's an ideal landing spot. You want to set yourself up to where you can throw either backhand or probably a lot of guys are going to be going forehand into this green. The basket is on the bottom side of your screen here, perched on a hill.
Wow. Okay.
Cliff above, cliff below.
How far is it to clear the water? For the
I would
viewers?
say 320.
Okay,
Probably.
so it's
certainly
it's-
doable.
Yeah,
It depends how straight you go or how much hyzer you put on it. The more hyzer you put on it, the more you're risking not making it all the way over.
Mm-hmm.
Austin has plenty of power to get over.
Yeah.
That's a great drive.
Yep. Ooh, that looks menacing.
That's about where they're all going to be aiming for here.
Yeah. Just safe on the other side. Mm-hmm. Just so they can have a manageable attack into that that green.
Austin with the birdie on the last hole. He's caught up another stroke to Brian.
Nice little.
I know we're on the third last hole and it's 6 strokes, but it's still doable out here.
Sure.
So Brian's gonna have to get safe here, and he
He annihilates it.
smashes that disc so hard.
I hate to say it, but I think their chances are slowly slipping away.
Brian's been here before. He's closed out tournaments before.
Have you ever seen Brian throw backwards into a lake? That's the only thing that.
Spoiler alert, Jeremy.
Oh no! Oh no!
And Xavier has found he's got an affinity for the reeds, but look who it is.
Hey, Sonny!
Sonny's back.
All right.
To the rescue. Is he gonna have good news?
Dry or no?
And he stays up in the reeds.
Oh no way!
He's barely in bounds. Unfortunately, for the third time this round,
Oh boy!
he has to get his feet a little bit soggy, and he's going to have to deal with these cattails and long grass.
That is a pretty cool disc golf profile pic right there. What?
I like it a lot. Well, if you've been
Wow.
there a couple of times already,
That's incredible.
there's nobody on this card that's better at throwing from the reeds than Xavier Tominic right now.
Yeah.
That was the best of the bunch.
I really do believe that scramble rate of his.
He fully earned the 99 there. Wow, what a shot from Marshall.
What?
Lands it
Hold it up.
next to the basket. I think he dribbled down a little bit.
I thought this
Incredible shot.
green was supposed to be challenging.
Not to Marshall Taves.
Yeah. Austin even has a putt.
Yeah, nice upshot from there. It's probably better to be putting uphill from that side.
Hopefully it looks like they've got a bit of like a few trees back there. But a bush, so hopefully he's got a look.
He's got a clean look. Uphill,
Yeah.
challenging, still 20, 25 feet.
Headwind question mark. Oh.
Off the cage. Swings out. This is Xavier in the tree. He was probably deserved better fate after that amazing second shot. But you can see it gets nasty just short of the basket there, or just underneath the basket.
Look how polite these baskets are. They're pointing where Brian is. Great putt, Brian.
Good birdie to get.
Yeah.
It's not one of the harder holes, and there was definitely a number of birdies out there. But that second shot is rough. It's mean. Marshall gets a birdie
Nice.
too after insane approach shot from him. Landing it on a postage stamp.
Yeah, Xavier burying that one.
He'll take a par after almost going OB on the drive.
Yeah.
Austin loses a stroke on hole 18. He was carrying so much momentum. Let's check in with only 2 to go. Brian is leading by 7. Austin is holding on to second place over Marshall, over 2 former winners of this event. Eric Wiebe has taken a massive lead in the Eric battle here. 3 strokes over Giesbrecht. Keith Robb and Jonathan Vandenberg are tied at 6 over. Xavier's fallen down to 7. Not having the best day of his life out there, but he's having fun. Devin Coop, 9 over.
Yeah.
Let's see what these last 2 holes have in store. All you got to do is get through a prehistoric forest.
Perfect.
Hole 19, par 3. This hole is insane. 162 feet. Very reminiscent of a hole that we played a few holes ago where you're going through a crazy tree tunnel and then it goes straight uphill to the right. Beautiful hole.
Yeah.
Films really well on the drone. I never want to play this hole ever again, Jeremy.
Oh, wow. And you've got to go up a hill at the end of it all.
But it's very pretty.
Yeah, it's very pretty. Look at that tree on the left.
There is more of a line on this one. There's a big high Anheuser sort of putter turnover line on this one. You can feed some forehands through there. And it feels good if you get anywhere near the basket on this one.
Okay.
The fellas check the scores heading into the penultimate. Is that the word? Penultimate?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, the penultimate hole.
Yeah.
Marshall's bounced back here well at the last part of this course here. He's trying to catch Austin for second. 2 birdies in the last 4. And that was perfect right up until it hit a tree.
Yeah. Story of the back 9.
Story of the treed section of this course for sure.
I hope they're goading Brian into doing some weird. No, never mind. If only they were going to get him to ace. Is he ace running it? Oh. Wow.
And if you can hear the reaction of the crowd, that is well earned. They all know how hard this hole is.
Yeah, no kidding.
And he just did something special trying to close out the Provincial Championship here. And Austin also puts what looks like exactly the right play. Just gets bit by a tree. That's the game of disc golf sometimes.
Xavier, maybe a little inside, little tree-ish.
Just barely, yeah.
Boy, and even the approach shots are not easy.
If you can barely see the player from the catch cam's point of view, you know this is a tough upshot.
Yeah. How'd you do on this whole Matt?
Well, let's not talk about it. I think I finished it.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, yeah, and if your upshot is not quite at the basket, you might roll all the way back down the hill.
Wow.
Or if your putt doesn't quite make it.
It's very similar. Does it drop off? Yeah,
And it drops off on the other side, too.
Jeez.
This course does not mess around.
No.
I love the bid from Austin there. He's got nothing to lose. He's trying to hold on to second place here, get himself some good cash.
Oh, boy. There's that rollaway you were talking about.
And Marshall poked himself, adding injury to insult.
This looks good. Oh, boy. Nice bid.
I would have loved the highlight putt there from Xavier.
No kidding. Brian going for the rare birdie.
Oh, come on.
He got rattled right before his putt.
Give it to the guy.
Yeah. A nice cleanup from Marshall. Yep, what you gonna do?
It's in. Grab it. Get out.
Nice putt from Austin.
Really good comebacker. Incredibly, we actually saw 2 birdies on this hole.
Really? Who else birdied?
Day. Robert Logan got the birdie. Jake Johnson got the other birdie. Wow. Well done, fellas.
No kidding. Yeah, that's awesome.
You can see how challenging a hole this thing is. Ryan almost got it after nearly a perfect drive. He'll still take the tap in par.
Yeah.
And with 1 hole to play, Ryan has a massive lead here at Manitoba Provincials. Last 2 years didn't go his way. Marshall got one on him. Bryce got one on him. But he's turned some things around.
Yeah. He might be okay for this year.
He might be okay for this year.
Yeah. 80, except there's just an 803 crush.
Yeah. Awesome finishing hole here on hole 20. Par 4, 803. You got to get through the gates of Mordor here.
Thought you crashed the drone.
This is one of my favorite finishing holes that we've seen on tour all year. The basket is perched on this first level of this cliff face here. There's going to be a crowd of people watching up top on the top shelf here. OB behind the basket. Awesome hole.
Yeah.
I missed this course. I want to get out there and play it again.
Yeah. Nice big open field for you to just crush a drive after being stuck in the trees for how many holes? Eight of the last 9?
Coming for you, boy.
Something like that.
Yeah, it gives you the chance to put all your anger and frustration into that disc and just full send.
And full send it is.
But you don't want to skip too far to the left, otherwise you don't have a shot at the green.
Oh, yeah.
It's still a challenging technical hole.
Oh, yeah.
I think Brian may be walking it in a little bit here.
Might be. Yeah.
Could have turned that one over and kept it a little bit more straight. Going to be a tricky shot. It's not the end of the world over there to the left, but not the ideal landing spot. Good turn on this one for Xavier.
This.
Maybe a little bit higher than he wanted, but
it's okay.
Beautiful shot, nice and straight.
Yeah, nice and open.
As we see the conclusion of the Eric battle. He missed that one, but Eric Weeb does indeed take the Eric battle this year. Better luck next year, Giesbrecht.
Well done, Eric. Better luck next year, Eric. Good one to watch.
Yeah. We'll have our Eric coverage out only for Patreons at the $1,000 a month level.
When we invent a time machine to go back and film just them.
Yeah. Nice and safe down there. Everything down on the lower level is safe. The OB is all left up on top of the plateau there. So
Oh, okay.
Xavier's going to hopefully get up and down for a relatively routine par there. But everybody wants the birdie in front of the crowd on this one.
Oh, yeah.
That one is in danger of skipping out. Stays up, stays on top.
No way.
Marshall can't believe it. He's had an emotional roller coaster of a tournament.
I think he reached a new level of unbelievableness. If that's a real word. I don't think it is.
Brian plays it nice and safe. He just needs to get up and down as well. Austin's for sure trying to throw this one in.
Oh, yeah. Look at that crowd.
Do it.
Oh.
He's doing what he can.
Yep. Brian, I think, is going to lay this up about 400 feet short of the basket, and then
Got a couple to play with. That's a full run.
Boy.
And there's...
Yeah.
I was trying to throw that in.
Just an afterthought, I guess, from Brian.
He said he was trying to throw it in. I believe him.
Yeah.
He put some mustard on it.
Well, he threw it into the hill, so we'll give him that. Wow, and Xavier almost dunking that one, too.
Very good run. Such a great crowd of people. Everyone finished their round, stuck around, hanging out on top of the cliff. Would have been nice to see that one drop.
Oh, yeah.
After what Marshall's been through today. And for the win.
Oh, no. Okay. It's not over yet.
It is not over yet. This is not a gimme. But he
Yes, it is.
falls out.
Yes, it is. What?
It fell out.
Come on.
It went chains straight back out.
Wow.
He still has to put that disc in the basket, Jeremy.
You know what? That was the biggest flex of a layup I've ever seen Brian do in my
Lay it
life.
up off the chains.
Yeah.
Awesome finish for Austin. He gets one of the handful of birdies on hole 20 here. Not going to be quite enough. Great finish for Xavier. Very good final hole for Marshall, too.
Yep.
He cleaned it up towards the back half of this. And
There's the man.
canvas from 1 foot away. Brian does it with the double bogey, but he still does
And
it.
our winner, 2023 Provincial Championship, Mr. Brian Freeze.
Well played, Brian. You definitely earned that this weekend.
He is back on top as the Manitoba Provincial Champion after 2 years. Gets it done here this year. Awesome play by Brian Freese and all of our competitors we saw out there. That was a wild ride. Austin Boga, the young hotshot, finds himself in second place.
Yeah.
Watch out for him. We're probably going to see him out there on the Canadian Disc Golf Tour a little bit more. Marshall Taves, well done. Eric Wiebe, like I said, takes the Eric battle. Keith Robb made his way up into the top 6, tied with Jonathan Vandenberg. Devin Coop also, who were very competitive at the start of the tournament. Xavier sticks around in the top 10, and Robert Logan makes his way up to the top 10. Wow, what a tournament.
Yeah. I'm glad.
Jeremy, let's go to Winnipeg. Let's play some disc golf out there sometime.
Yeah, please. Winnipeg.
Thank you guys so much. Really appreciate all the likes, all the comments. We love chatting with you guys. Hit us up on Patreon. Hit subscribe if you're not already. BC Open coming out next. Can't wait.